Hey everyone, Mr. Flores here with week 31 reading and writing. This is an instructional video to help you guys complete your work smoothly and successfully. So I'm going to go through each little section, okay guys? If I go too fast, hit the pause and rewind button and watch it again. Okay, so let's look at the top here. This is week 31 reading. As you work on the assignments, please make sure you put a title, name, and date on each paper. So most of your work, guys, is going to be on a separate piece of paper, all right? Just like in class, you'd be writing your answers on a separate piece of lined paper. Okay, here are your words decoding. You can see that there is a little bit of similarity here. Exclaim, proclaim, clamor, and disclaim. So you got that common claim there. Reclaim, acclaim, exclamation, claimant, claimant. Judicial, jury, justify, justice, just, judgment, jurisdiction, and perjury. So you notice there's a couple words that are not in the pattern. Well, down here you have your prefixes, your roots, and your suffix. Okay, so prefix, root, suffix, and then their meaning. So all you have to do is use the meanings of the prefix. Here, I'll highlight it. Use the meanings of the prefix, root, and suffix to determine the meaning of each word. Then use the word in a sentence. Please write each word and its meaning on a separate piece of lined paper. So, an example, exclaim, the word exclaim, it's not up there, but, oh yeah, it is right there. Ha, I did number one for you. Exclaim, we're going to do great on the test, the teacher exclaimed, and then I've underlined the word that I used. Okay, guys? So, each word in a sentence underlined, all right? You can write the definition of each word on your paper, but you don't have to. You can just put together the affixes here and the root and decipher the meaning, or understand the meaning of the word and then put it in a sentence. Okay, so you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4. You should have 16 little sentences for these words. Now remember, you don't need to do all this in one sitting, guys. You could do 4 words this morning, 4 words tomorrow, 4 words the next day, and 4 words the next day. And that should take you about 10 minutes for each word, so that's not a lot of time out of your day. Next, you have your vocabulary. Define each word, use each word in a sentence, draw a picture of each word, and then come up with an antonym and a synonym for each word. Same thing we've always been doing for homework, guys, so this is pretty much your homework here. You have 1 through 16. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's 5 days. You only need to do 3 words a day, and on one day you'll do 4 words, okay? 3 words a day is pretty easy. I know you guys can do it. Okay, now I've added something new that we normally don't do in class. This is the vocabulary worksheet, and this will really help you guys understand how to use these words in a sentence. So let's go to the vocabulary. It's over here, and it looks like this. So let me zoom in. All right, here are the words at the top, and then you're going to put those in the sentences down here, okay? If a farmer grows crops to sell to others, is the product grown a botanical garden or a cash crop, right? So over here in your vocabulary, you will have already defined those words. So botanical garden and cash crop would have already been defined. So you want to do this page when you're done with all of your vocabulary words, okay? So this will probably be the last page you do in the week. And then once you have defined all the words, you'll easily know the answer is cash crop, all right? Some of you are going, hey, you just gave us the answer. I know, guys. All right. Now down here it says apply. That means, you're going to use what you've learned. Read each sentence. Answer each question by explaining the underlined term. So you're going to answer the question by explaining this underlined term in your own words. Cool. So the girl envisioned her life as a doctor. What does that mean she did? Put it in your own words, okay, guys? This is kind of like how we do the affixes in the morning, where I give you the meanings and then you have to put the meanings together to make it make sense. So what did she do if she envisioned her life as a doctor? Put it in your own words, okay? And so continue that same method for these. Shorthand is a mode of writing notes. What does that mean? What does it mean it's a mode of writing notes? You can say something like, well, it means that da-da-da-da-da. Now what you can do is repeat this exactly the same and say, oh, it means it's a mode of writing notes. Okay? Or it's writing notes in a mode. Now you can't use that. You know why? Because these are the words of the sentence. It says use your own words. Now you can use maybe one or two from the sentence, but most of it should be your own writing. Okay, guys? I know you're going to do great. If you have questions, dojo me. I'm here, guys, every day. Class dojo me, okay? And we're actually working on an online system where we can do video chat and share screens, and I can help you write on your paper. It's going to be awesome. So we'll be looking for that in a couple weeks. All right, let's go down to the KWLA chart. Now, as you guys know, before we read, we always preview or browse the text, right? So you're going to browse the text and fill out your KWLA chart. You should have at least 5 items in each column. So this is a column, this is a column, this is a column. Right here we have 2 items, okay? Or 2 notes. So you want to have 5 in each one. 1 for each day. Pretty simple, right? 1 a day. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. I know, right? Okay, check this out. Over here is the story. Boom. Oh no, that's not the story. The story is over here. So you're going to preview the text. That means you're looking at the pictures, you're reading the headings, you're checking out the essential question. So as I preview this, I see this guy, look at all the food he's hoarding there, or he's harvested. And then this guy's writing, there's a globe, he looks pretty important. His socks might be a little too tight. And then, whoa, what is this thing? That kind of looks like an elephant, but it's hairy. What is that? What is this? Is that a giant rat? Who knows? But this guy, it looks like this guy wrote about it and he drew pictures. And this guy's sitting backwards on his carriage. Maybe he's writing about that land over there. So it looks like this guy sure likes to write. These guys are meeting under a tree. I don't know what they're doing. Whoa, look it. There's more drawings of bugs and stuff. So this guy likes to draw a lot. He's wrestling with someone. Something was sold, right? Oh, I see they're sewing. They're sewing these 2 pieces of land together. And this kind of looks like a country that we know. And hey, these 2 guys are in a boat sailing somewhere, right? So we're just browsing the text, okay? And as you browse the text, you should be formulating questions. So let's go back to read 31. So things I know, okay? Oh, and we read the title too, right? Let's read the title. Thomas Jefferson grows a nation. Hey, and he grew plants too. That's funny. Okay. So what do I know? Well, I know that people in the old days had to grow their own food to survive. And also I know that Thomas Jefferson was a great writer. That's from my own knowledge. You guys are going to put your own thoughts in here. What do I want to know? Well, from what I just browsed, I want to know what kind of animals are going to be discussed in this story, because there were some crazy animals in there. What did I learn? Well, I can't fill that out yet because I haven't read, but once I do read, I'll learn that one of those animals was a tapir. And how can I apply what I've learned? Oh, I'm running out of juice. Let me plug in my laptop, guys. Well, one way I'd like to apply what I've learned is that I'm going to learn that Thomas Jefferson inspired a lot of people with his writing. So I would like to also inspire people with my writing. Okay, guys? So that's how you apply. How would you apply it to your life? All right, so five little notes a day. I mean, 5 little notes by the end of the week, 1 a day pretty much. And you'll be done with your KWLA chart. Nothing different from class, guys. Same thing. Okay? Taking notes. Do we take notes when we read? Of course, right? It helps us memorize what we're reading, and it also helps us do better on the what? On the test or the assessment. Okay. So, here's an example for page 521. 521, where's that? Oh, it's right there. 521. So remember, as you read, you want to take notes after each paragraph. So you read a paragraph and you stop, okay? Thomas Jefferson loved to grow things. At Monticello, his home in Virginia, he grew potatoes, peppers, pippins, peaches, juniper, larkspur, and peas. Flowers hugged his house, fruit trees dotted the orchard, and wheat marched down the mountainside. Wow, those are all things that he grew. See, topic sentence. Thomas Jefferson loved to grow things. Now here's a bunch of details of what he grew. And throughout his lifetime, he scattered seeds like a brisk wind around the world. That sounds like a transition sentence. Topic sentence, he loved to grow things. Details, this is what he grew. Transition, he also liked to spread seeds around the world. All right, guys, structure of a paragraph. So you take a little note for yourself. And over here I said, Thomas Jefferson loved to grow things in his home in Virginia. Woohoo! What else could you add? He loved to spread seeds around the world. And then you go ahead and you read paragraph number 2. Okay, guys, taking notes as we read. Very important. Helps us memorize, helps us understand, and helps us pass our test. Now, if you need a little help understanding how the paragraphs are written in a textbook, if you go all the way down here to the end, you've got this little graphic organizer, main idea and details. Remember, when you're taking a note, you want to focus on the main idea and how those details connect to the main idea. Okay? This is just an example. These aren't from the story. Cool, guys? All right. There it is. Now, that's taking notes. How about classify and categorize? So this week, as you're reading, fill out a chart like this one. So you're just going to make 4 columns to help you get to know Thomas Jefferson and the kind of life he lived. See, Thomas Jefferson is a pretty important guy, so we're going to be learning about him. You'll need at least 4 items in each column, guys. So here are a few to get you started. Look at that. I've already got 2 for you in there. Well, 1.5 in some cases, right? So jobs. What kind of jobs did Thomas Jefferson work? He was a farmer. He was a writer. Where did he live? Well, we already got 1, Virginia. His achievements. What did he do? He wrote the Declaration of Independence. What did he study? He studied windmills, wheelbarrows. So you're probably going to want to create this chart and add to it, just like your KWLA chart. Add to it every day as you're reading. Okay, guys? Cool? Awesome. So, again, 4 items in each column. Let's go to the essential question. Nothing new there. How long does it have to be? 1 paragraph. Okay? 7 sentences for 5B because we're approaching the end of the year, right? We're not doing the basic anymore. We're pushing a little harder. But here is the structure of a paragraph in case you forgot what it is. Parts of a paragraph. Topic sentence, which is the main idea. Support it, support it, support it, and then conclude it. That is the structure of a paragraph, guys. Okay, let's keep going here. So, essential question, here it is written down for you. It's also in the story right at the beginning. But I wrote it down for you anyways to make it even easier. Why is the geography of the United States an important part of the country's identity? Geography means the land, guys. Why is the land that makes up the United States so important of who we are? And you can think back to John Muir and Pinchot. You know, what they said about how important the land was and the forest and the animals. And if we didn't take care of it, you know, we would be losing something important to this country. So how are those things important to who we are as a country? Okay. Which parts are especially beautiful or meaningful to you? So hey guys, what parts of the United States have a lot of meaning to you? Or what parts are special to you? What parts are beautiful to you? Now, some of you have traveled around the United States, so this is going to be pretty easy for you. Some of you have not traveled too much, so what you're going to have to do is do some research. You're going to Google you can Google tourist destinations in the United States or United States national monuments. Okay, guys? Tourist destinations or national monuments of the United States. And then take a little virtual tour, and you guys can choose which ones you really enjoy. Okay, so remember 7 sentences in your paragraph, and also make sure you draw a picture at the end to go with your essential question. And as always, we're looking for 5th grade quality work, so do your best. Make sure this is done on a separate piece of paper, okay guys? Alright, now down to the reading for each day. You've got 10 questions. That means you only need to do 2 a day. Super easy again, see? So this is a little work at a time, guys. Don't overdo it. Make sure to answer these in a complete sentence, and of course do this on a separate piece of paper, and be sure to quote whenever you're asked to quote. So you'll see number 1, you need to add 1 quote. Alright, and I've got a quoting sentence frame template down here for you. You see this? According to the text, the author stated, based on the text, and here's an example. So when you write according to the text, you put a comma. That means take a break as a reader. According to the text, take a break, and then quotes. Read this in a voice, or this has been copied from another text. Okay, so you put open quotations, close quotations, and here's other examples you can use. All right. After any one of these sentences, you're going to put a comma and quotations. All right. Cool. Play with those. Have fun. Use them in your answers, and I'll do number 1 with you. A weed is considered a threat to any garden and should be removed in order to make room for the healthy plants. Why was French naturalist Count Buffon compared to a weed? Oh, whoops, this was from the story, guys. Earlier I said it wasn't. It is. My bad. Okay. Why was he compared to a weed? Oh, my goodness. He was compared to a weed. So, keywords. You look for the keywords, right? Why was French naturalist? So we're looking for French naturalist Count Buffon. Okay, that's the main noun. And what about him? He was compared to a weed. So we're looking for those keywords. Okay, so we go to the story. Count Buffon. And oh, my mouse went right on it. Look at that. I'll try to zoom in. Hopefully it zooms in on the video too. For years, famous French naturalist Count Buffon had been belittling America. So let's break that down. Belittling. So making us little, I guess, right? Why was he making us seem little? The wildlife was inferior. Okay? Inferior. That means not as good. The wildlife was inferior, he said. Shriveled. Look at, they're quoting him. He said it was shriveled. It was diminished. He said that America's wildlife, all the animals, were shriveled and diminished. He said the sheep were meager and their flesh was less juicy. Oh, so the animals that were in America were not as good as animals in other parts of the world? That's horrible. A jaguar was no bigger than a beagle. That's a little dog. And dogs were mute. Oh my goodness, he's saying the dogs didn't bark over here or talk. The New World, he argued, had nothing as grand as an elephant, and the weather produced an infestation of lowly reptiles and insects. Wow, so he was just really talking a lot of smack about America. Now, let's go back up here. But one weed threatened Thomas's vision. So Thomas's vision was of something else, right? He envisioned a nation of farmers. See, we're going back now. He envisioned a nation of farmers. the United States. He envisioned that America would be a beautiful place of farmers, but this one weed, Mr. Count Buffon, he said that America was diminished and shriveled, and it was meager, and it was just not as good as anything else in the world. Do you see now why he might have been compared to a weed? A weed damages the life of a garden. It damages the health of a garden. So why was he considered to be a weed, right? So now we should be able to answer that, right? Count Buffon was compared to a weed because he was damaging the vision of America. He was saying a lot of bad things about America, right? Words can be life or they can be poison. So he was poisoning the health of America with his negative words. Okay, guys? That's number one. You'd write that and you can quote it. And you'd go on to number two, and guess what? You're already halfway done with one day's work for reading comprehension questions, okay? At the end of the week, you're going to take the assessment, okay? The assessment, just like every Friday, guys, you've got your vocabulary, you've got you might have word analysis, you might not. Sometimes it doesn't have word analysis. You got your comprehension questions and your paragraph answer, okay? You won't have any grammar in your assessments for reading. Okay, guys, so yeah, do that on a separate piece of paper. You can even fill it out right on the assessment itself. Okay, here is a map, guys. I included this in the reading because these are the colonies that are in the story, okay? And then they also talk about the Mississippi River and how they closed the port in New Orleans. So I wanted you to have a picture of that. Why would that be important? See, when you're growing stuff here, you can take it by river down the river, to the ocean. So you can export to the ocean this way, and you can also come down this way. This is good if you're going across the Atlantic over to Europe. But this one's good if you're going to the West Indies, down here to the islands, where Spain was colonizing, okay? So you could trade with Spain down here, and you can trade with the British Empire over here and France. So this was important to have open for America. If this gets closed, now you got to take off from over here, go around this whole Florida peninsula, and it's just a little bit more troublesome. Okay, guys? So this map you're going to refer to as your reading. And that is it for reading, my friends. Woohoo! Now I'm going to quickly go over writing. It's real simple, guys. Writing, all you have to do is write 1-inch journal entry a day. So since we have so much time off from school, this is a perfect time to start some journal entries. You can write these entries on lined paper or actually get a journal. You should have a minimum of 8 entries that are at least 2 paragraphs long. Okay, guys? So a little more than a paragraph, please. You can always write more if you're feeling inspired. Feel free to write more. Here's the task. Each day, take time to write about your experience during this government-ordered school closure, guys. So obviously this is something new to all of us. This is a great time to write what you're experiencing. Here's some prompts you can use to help you write. So write about where you go during the day. Are you at home? Are you moving around with your parents? Are you going to work with your parents? You got grandmas and grandpas, right? What activities or games are you participating in? Are you sitting on the couch playing video games all day? Are you helping around the house? What are you doing? How is your day different where you currently are staying versus what you would be doing in school? So this is a little compare and contrast writing, right? You could say something like, normally in the morning, I'm reading in the class with my classmates, but now in the morning, I'm taking out the garbage and cleaning my room or something, right? Here's another one. How's the food you're eating compared to school food? Are you eating better or is it worse? Some of you might be like, man, I'm so glad I'm eating at home, right? And others might be like, man, I wish I was back in school eating those delicious lunches. So, you can write about that. And how do you feel today, guys? You feeling scared, feeling sad, feeling mad? You feeling happy? Are you enjoying the time at home and the free time you have? Write about that. What did you learn today outside of school? So I hope you're learning something each day, guys. Okay? Try to find something you learned. Maybe you learned that you have to put the shower curtain inside the bathtub so the floor doesn't get wet. I don't know. Maybe you're learning new things about your home. So write about what you're learning outside of school. I don't want you to write, oh, I learned that Thomas Jefferson wrote. No, 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 no. Not from the stories, guys. What are you learning from your daily lives? Okay? Important stuff. Who did you spend your day with? Are you alone? Are you with siblings? Are you with grandma and grandpa, auntie, uncle, your dog? I don't know. Who are you spending your day with? And last but not least, what are you looking forward to doing? What are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to traveling somewhere? Are you looking forward to coming back to school? But this should be each day. What are you looking forward to in the day, okay? Or tomorrow. What if you're writing today, what are you looking forward to doing tomorrow? So it's important to continue to have goals for yourself, guys. Please remember these should be 5th grade level. That means the writing will be neatly printed, not rushed and sloppy. Neatly printed, and sentences will be complete thoughts, guys. Complete sentences, please. Punctuation should also be visible. Don't forget your periods, question marks, commas, things like that. And make sure you date each entry, please. Put the day and the date. So, for example, today is Tuesday, March 24th. Okay? All right, guys. Good luck and have fun. That's your reading and writing. And I'll make another video for week 32, which will come after spring break. So next week is spring break, and then week 32 will be after that. Okay, guys. Love you guys. Keep in touch with me on Dojo, all right? Send pictures and stuff. All right. Best wishes. Take care. Peace.